What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, and I'm hanging out today with a band called Murder by Love.
Oh no! Oh boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
All right, before we get the show started, I do want to remind everyone to please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all podcasting platforms. We are hanging out with Araya and Gambit, and what's funny about this is they're in my fucking house right now. And they could probably hear me screaming because they're right across the wall. We were trying to do their show earlier. We had some issues, but now we are back and ready to rock and roll. They got their little banner they brought with us. We're drinking some beers, having some good times on a Tuesday night, I guess. All right, Murder by Love, dude. What's up, guys?
What's up,
Hey,
brother?
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Okay, I do want to ask you guys, before it was Murder by Love, it was another band name. What was I know you said it earlier. Was it Aurora Sky?
Yeah.
And that is such a good name too, though. So why the name change?
We actually had the same manager at the time as Nonpoint, Craig Stiegel, and out of Florida, and he shopped it around to like 500 stations supposedly, and we just got out of the studio working with Ben Gross, he's responsible for doing like Marilyn Manson's albums, Filter, Fuel, I mean a whole bunch of other ones, and so we had like an all-star cast of like different musicians that came in, and actually one of the guys that lays all the keyboards for Seven Dust and Korn's albums, and then we had Corey Lowry that was he's brothers with Clint Lowry from Seven Dust, and he was the bassist. They came in and laid the bass tracks down. Then we had the drummer from Nikki Sixx's band, 6 a.m.
A lot of people.
Damn.
So it came that close again, and then it just, and so then we just decided, we've done this heavy rock thing for all these years with Fear the Clown and everything, and it just came so close so many times, and just never.
So Aurora Sky was more of a heavier band.
Yeah. It was more heavy.
It still had synthesizers in it and everything.
It just wasn't as prominent. It wasn't as like non-dance beats. It wasn't like that at all, And so when our drummer came in, Mikey, that's when we kind of formed the new sound, which is more 80s, more dance beat stuff like that, more synthesizer driven and stuff like that.
Mike comes from a lot of metal bands and everything, so we all just collectively were like, man, we've been doing this so long, like let's just do something different we haven't done. So we just kind of like, we all love the 80s new wave kind of Duran Duran, Depeche Mode kind of feel, and I just wanted to make music that makes people want to dance instead of headbang, so something different.
So you purposely went 80s new wave.
Yes.
Like you decided like this is what we're gonna do, which is perfect. I think for you guys' style. It's crazy that you can go from heavy to new wave, and you can almost go from heavy to anything that you want to do.
Yeah. And so we still have, you hear that in Lost Boys. It's not heavy, but it's got heavier guitars in it. And so with some of our music's more dancey, and then some of it has heavier rock guitar in it and stuff like that. So, but we rely heavily on synthesizers, this guy to lay down our music sound. So
real quick, because you guys are in my house, am I echoing on your end?
I don't hear it.
No.
Okay, good. I was making sure because we're gonna listen to this afterwards and make sure it's not echoing. If it does echo, we're gonna do the whole goddamn thing over again.
It's funny how
Come out.
So here's another beer, guys. We gotta do one more time. Oh, right now, Araya, I know personally. I do know that Stacy Dawn actually was talking to Gambit and was letting him know, hey, I got this guy's Loud Spot. She messaged me about it, messaged him. I was like, I know those guys. I knew Araya because Araya's, every time I hang out with him, he's always talking about Murder by Love. Always talking Murder by Love. And the last time I hung out with Araya, 4 years ago, I was with my wife at the strip club.
Yeah.
And we were drunk and hanging out. And I was like, for some reason, I was like, I'm gonna see what Araya's gonna do. You know what? I wonder, did I hang out with you before the strip club? Is that what made me think about?
I think you got married in the strip club.
I'm
That happened.
I'm
No,
glad I got married in the strip
we had
club.
ran into each other. We ran into each other, and then you hit me up probably like a week later, and like, hey man, I'm at the strip club. I'm like, all right, headed right there.
They roll through. And I'll tell you, you know what's funny is I always talk about my podcast. I think a lot of my friends get annoyed by it, but I don't care. It's what that's what it's like. They're trying to promote. And Orion was talking about the band so much, and of course, I don't get annoyed by things like that because I love music. And he showed me the song, showed my wife and I one of your guys' song, and man, it sounds like when we heard it then, it sounds good, and you guys still sound good today.
Thank
Does
you.
writing music get harder?
No,
No,
it's easier.
It
Honestly.
gets easier.
This is the
Yes.
first band that we've been a part of that this team of people that we don't ever hit that writer's block that we normally are just like, out of ideas. It's almost like we have the opposite problem where we can't stop writing. And so we start so many new song ideas.
Yeah, it's kind of almost
And-
tedious to like go back through everything. Like, which one do you want to pick out?
Yeah, it's
of and, like,
annoying.
start working with, and then you question like, well, it's like, which one do you think is going to be better? Because I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's not a bad problem.
Yeah,
to
we're
have,
like, we
but-
get all these new songs started, and then we're like, God damn it, we need to go back and finish some of these songs.
Yeah.
We have like 20 other songs that we haven't even completed yet, and we just keep writing new ones. And we're like, oh, well, we get the verse and the chorus, and then we'll move on to the next
It's like-
writing the new
It's
songs.
like AD, like intensified with music.
So it's a good problem to have for sure.
Now, you guys are signed to a label, Curtain Call Records. How did that come about?
2020, the height of COVID, actually. I was asked to do a podcast for a good couple of friends of mine in Canada. It was called Limbo Podcast, and Thunderhawk, he goes by, that does that show with Troy, and they asked me to do it, and I was like, you guys have got like Max Cavalier from Soulfly and like like bigger names, and I'm like, he's like,
Yeah,
shut up and do me a favor. I followed your entire music career
Yeah, from like way back when.
from like 2000, and that would be doing me a favor if you come on our show and do it. So I did it, and I guess Gigi, the CEO of Curtain Call, somehow heard it, and they just got us in touch with them, and they sent us an offer, and
Yeah.
it was
The
awesome.
Curtain Call does. I mean, they have some pretty good artists. I think they sound familiar to me. Like I've heard the name Curtain Call Records before.
It's underneath.
It's a part of Sony Music also.
Okay.
So distribution and everything, and
Like Orchard, I think they're underneath Orchard, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Okay, now as far as what they're doing for you guys, being signed to a label nowadays, a lot of people are wanting to be independent, and some people like the label thing, and labels work for them. But if you're not like a super huge band with a lot of big, huge numbers, are they paying as much attention to you as maybe? Not that you think they should, or maybe should there be like a bigger push for the band when you're signed to a label like that? Is the way, I guess, a nice way to say it.
I mean, we could always use more promotion and everything, but
Right.
they also pride themselves on, pushing
I think
pushing one of their bands as much as that band will push themselves.
right, and I think
That's
coming
True.
out of COVID was such a weird. I don't know if it's talked about that much, but it was weird how it was because we were kind of coming on like a downturn, and that kind of it pushed everything back into like a cohesive thing. And once we got signed, and then there was a lot of stuff set up in the works, and then when COVID happened, I mean, everything fucking dropped out for everybody. You know what I mean? And
It's been weird for everybody. Obviously.
it's hard to pick back up and see where everyone's gauging because.
So hard.
Yeah, especially in the U.S. because every state's different. You don't know if it's a blue, red state, who's going to be what. So how do you set shit up? You know what I mean? And it's just been kind of trying to feel it all out. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's a great response because I think that record labels also didn't know what the fuck to do.
No, I don't think they did either.
No, they didn't, and really, ultimately, it's up to the band with today's technology and today's world to get themselves out there and push their music as hard as they can. It is hard to do. It's super hard to do that. But now that it's all over,
Yeah.
were you guys planning on touring before? I'm going to backtrack a second.
Yes.
Were you guys planning on touring before COVID hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I remember Araya was super excited. Like he was like, "Oh, we're going to do all this tour." And were you guys able to tour?
No. I mean, we just did shows here and there. And
Yeah.
we did some online like videos of performances like on Facebook Live and stuff like
Those
that.
are so fucking stupid. Like nobody, what I'm saying? Like nobody pays it. Dude, I swear to God, every band was told to do these, go live and do these fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
No,
man, that's
dude,
so
I
nuts.
saw a band that has like
It's hard to get pumped up for some
Yeah,
bullshit like that, man.
it is. It really,
Also-
dude, like literally like dude, I saw a band album. They must have had like 200-300 monthly listeners and that, and they did a Facebook Live concert, like which is it's cool. You got to try to
Yeah,
try
that's
to do
called
something,
faking
but
it
no
till
one's
you make it,
watching.
man, but
Yeah.
that's hard to fake that shit, man.
It's part of our job, obviously, to get up and perform, and whether it's acting or not, like it's very hard when there's not a live audience in front of you and you're faking it. So
The energy's not there.
yeah,
Right.
it's totally different.
Yeah, man. All right, we have your song pulled up, Lost Boys. I think the video for this came out about 8 months ago or so. Is this one of your? It looks like there was like a string of songs that came out a little bit less than a year ago. Was that like an EP you did, or?
We had a single, "Send Me an Angel," which was a cover by band Real Life in the '80s. But then our EP,
I heard that song. It's so good.
yeah. So our EP just dropped, I think, in January, which was like
Yeah.
4 songs. So that's probably what this one's from. Well, it is.
Yeah, Lost Boys is from the EP that just released January 8th or 12th or something, whatever. The
Oh,
beginning
really?
of January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God, the video says like 8 months ago.
Well, I think
They might have
that
released
video
that.
was from some fans that put it together, I think.
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh,
So I don't
Yeah.
think that's our. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if it's our video, but hey.
have you even seen the video? Have you guys even-
This is the first time we've even heard about it.
Leave it to the last spot to find some shit out, right?
Hey.
Let's play this. This song is called Lost Boys. I hope it's called Lost Boys.
We don't even have a song called that. No.
No.
You don't? Oh, you
I
do?
don't
Okay.
think
You
it-
do. Fuck. It's like not even you guys in the video. It's like some whole.
Yeah,
other
right,
band. All right, here we go.
But you must be.
I never thought that you would notice. I never thought that you would care. This transformation now controls us. We're not aware. Will you embrace this nightmare? Coming back to the front of my dream. Can't you see you there? Come so close, we are the ones you
All right. So that video looks not familiar to you guys at all.
Yeah, that's not us.
No, that's
Yeah.
us. Yeah, we have seen that.
Somebody took a live video of us and at one of our live shows and then put the music to it, basically.
That's pretty cool that someone did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's cool.
It's
It's
a-
cool when people go above and beyond and do stuff without you asking them. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Gambit, I know that when I was talking to Stacy Dawn, she had mentioned to me about your musical background and your family in Oklahoma. And then we talked about a little bit before we did this, and I do want to bring that up. So what is your background with music and how you got into music in the first place?
So, and this goes for both of us, but we grew up literally in nightclubs as a child, and both my parents are musicians, and so my mom was a well-known singer, performing, opening up for people like Ray Charles and Reba McEntire, and at this show palace that they had back in the 80s and early 90s and stuff, and then Dad was at a separate band called Maya.
Okay.
They were at Cajun's Wharf.
They were always on tour. There was this place called Cajun's Wharf, this set of nightclubs that was all the surrounding states, everything from Nashville to Louisiana and
Colorado's, Denver,
Colorado.
yeah.
Arkansas was Little Rock, Arkansas, and here. And so he was always on the road when I was a child and everything. So I literally spent a lot of my childhood in nightclubs watching one of the two and performing. And then it goes back even further that my grandfather is one of the most famous steel guitar players in all history.
No shit.
He's Speedy West, the famous steel guitar player.
Senior, junior, the third.
Yeah.
So
So
he's the third.
my grandfather's in like 8 different Hall of Fames of country music and played
Wow.
with Frank Sinatra and Patsy Cline. And he actually found Loretta Lynn and started her career. And he was on over 10,000 different recordings of country music. And he was best friends with Leo Fender and tried out all of Fender's prototypes and everything that Leo Fender was creating. So
You were left like a prototype bass, like Leo Fender's like.
There was only 2 of them in the
Yeah.
entire world that existed that just said Fender bass before the jazz bass even existed. So it's like a 1959 prototype bass. So I actually met up with Sandy Bodecker, who was a vice president of Nike at the time, and got that to him because it belonged in a museum, and this guy was creating or had a collection of every kind of bass. So anyway, so it went from my grandfather to my father, Speedy West Jr.'s. He went by, and we couldn't go anywhere to any restaurant locally or anything without somebody recognizing my father. I mean, he was
Right.
absolutely a celebrity, and it'd be like, "Hey, Speedy," so everybody knew my father. And so I'm the last of the bloodline. Now my father has passed away, and Grandpa's gone. And so I mean,
You better get a kid ASAP.
yeah, that's
I know your girlfriend's
big
right there
shoes to
sitting
fill.
next to you.
No.
you better have a
There ain't
boy
no more
too.
kids. There ain't no more. After I'm gone, that's it. So
There's a lot of
that's
family
big
lines
shoes to
ending
fill.
right here. There's a lot
It's
of
a
family
it's a
lines.
great story though. I mean, it's like, he was a Capitol Records recording artist for all those years of his career. So he's still to this day, people are talking about his music that he was so innovative and stuff. And my dad was more like a Eddie Van Halen guitar player.
He is incredible though, man.
So anyway, it's incredibly huge shoes to fill. So I have that weight over my head.
Dude, I bet so, man. And Araya, I've known you, dude, probably 15 years or so.
Yeah. It's
Close.
it's around 15 years easily.
Yep. Because I met you before my oldest daughter was born, and she's about to be 14. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We met probably in like 2000 before we worked together.
2007, 2008, around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to work together with a mutual buddy of ours named Jason. I didn't know though, Araya. I didn't know he was into music. I knew that he cared about his hair a whole lot.
It's the Jason we went to the lake with, right?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Hammond.
I knew he cared because we used to have to wear a hard hat to work, and he
I fucking hated that shit.
We're sitting around like 20 dudes. He takes his hard hat off. Hey man, how's my hair look though? How's my hair look?
It sounds like him.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was Araya. That was, yeah.
You're talking about
Oh,
me.
that's what you're. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Jason. Sorry.
I had hair back then. I don't anymore. But I didn't know that Araya was into music. I didn't know he was a musician. I had no idea because I don't think you ever really, because you knew I was I used to always talk about being a drummer and playing music.
I found that out later. Like we had met before we worked together because we went out a couple times.
Right,
We
right.
had a club scene around here when it was actually popping, and
Right.
and
Yeah.
then Jason told me he played guitar, and then he told me that you were into music, and then I think it kind of like we talked about it a little bit, but not too much, and then we ran into each other like working out, doing the Landman stuff, and it's just kind of progressed on and on.
Did we all do that? We all
Yeah.
did the Landman thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had my own Landman company for quite
Yeah.
a while, which COVID ruined all that shit.
No, yeah,
It was kind of going down anyways, but yeah.
fuck all of us, man.
Yeah, for sure. But Araya, what got you into music? He said that maybe you guys both grew up in nightclubs or something like that. So how did you get involved in the scene in the first place?
Oh, he's a couple years older than I am, but our parents.
tell people
Oh
that.
yeah, I won't tell people.
We've literally known each other since I've known him since he
Probably
was
my
like
brother
3
was
years
born.
old.
My brother is 3 years younger than me. So when my brother was born, we've known each other. So he was 6, I was probably 3 net.
We literally
Yeah.
grew up since little children together.
And so our parents were like, our moms were best friends growing up. Our dads knew each other like the 80s kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they knew each other.
Yeah.
They knew each other all right.
That was.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah,
so-
it's the same deal. Like he was like in some of those nightclubs with me.
But he plays like, was that I know you play the keyboard, Araya, and then you play the keytar, I guess is what that would be,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
How the hell did you pick that up and decide to play that and learn it?
I don't know.
Like, was it for the band because you guys were gonna do 80s music? You had to learn how to play that instrument.
I think so. It was kind of, you don't see it often.
Well, it's because
You know,
a lot of
and-
times when you see keyboardists live, they're not very interesting to watch.
No,
and so
not at
it's
all.
like if you have a
You're sitting
guitar,
there.
it's like you can actually
Yeah.
jump around playing on the guitar and stuff and look like you're playing a guitar basically. So I mean, I tried to talk him into doing it because it was more interesting to watch
Yeah,
than just
interesting
standing
to
there
watch.
playing keys like
Yeah.
in one place so he
Looking
can
like
move
the fucking
around and stuff
Frankenstein.
like that.
What is the goal of Murder by Love? What is the end game? What do you guys want to accomplish? Because I ask bands this sometimes, and I'll tell you what, I had a band on recently that was like, we're just kind of doing it as a hobby, and I'm like,
won't fucking lie, man.
you know,
Like, it's why would you not, like, if you go into this, there's a reason to go into it. It's to be famous, to be known, to leave your mark on something in history. I mean,
yeah.
I think
There's a-
that's just any kind of.
I think out of and not taken away from anyone else in the band at all, but I think Gambit has that natural, that energy from who his family is to fulfill that same dream and that same accomplishment. So I would think that more than anything, he wants that it's almost like an inner beast that you just want to let loose. Is
Yeah. I mean, I think his parents sacrificed a lot to have him. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that weighs a little bit.
I just we want to a lot of bands that do 80s as a new wave style, they're cover bands, and there's nothing
right.
wrong with that. Like
No,
you make a
there's not.
lot of fucking money doing the cover scene, but we're not that.
No.
And we do cover a couple of songs, but
Sure, and it's you know what, it's good to do covers to get the crowd. Like if you're playing a bunch in front of people you don't know, like I saw you guys played at the Remington Casino, right?
yeah.
And no one knows you guys' music. You're doing originals. Throw a couple covers in there.
Right.
People are gonna start coming in because they want to sing
Yeah.
that song that they know. It's a good way to get the audience attention.
But we didn't want to. We knew that we didn't want to be a cover band primarily, and respect to all the people. That takes a lot of work to play 4-hour
I mean, you have to be
shows
talented
a
to play that
night, you
stuff.
know.
Those musicians were badass musicians.
But we wanted to write our own music in the sense of like mixing modern with the 80s kind of feel, new wave synthesizers, but modern beats, I guess.
Right.
So
And you know, your guys' music, from the song I played to there's another song you guys have. One, the song we did not play is a lot more 80s sounding, where this one kind of has more of a modern rock feel to it, which I think is good. Now, are you guys planning on touring? And I know you guys don't have anything booked, I don't think solidified, but would you like to go on tour and get like does the label hook up with a booking agent? And are you guys planning on hitting the road, or
Absolutely.
people are going to hear you more, on that's going to spread your music out.
Yeah.
Is being on the road.
And we're building that team of people behind us right now. We have a couple of people in Canada building it for us, because obviously this music would just sail overseas and somewhere like maybe not.
Yes.
But
100%.
That's what I was talking to you about when you asked about like what we were planning on touring before. Europe was what was being talked about, and
and so now we have a couple of guys in Australia that are pulling for us and promoting us, and definitely throughout the United States. But we're trying to find the right team of people to connect all the dots. Absolutely, we are gearing up to go on tour. We're just trying to connect all the dots right now. So,
is everybody in the band on the same page? As I could tell, both of you are on the same page. You got a 4-person band. Is every single person in the Araya smiled like maybe not? I don't know.
No.
Okay. Is everybody in the band? Because it's super important.
No,
he's like, no, fuck those other guys, man. It's Gambit and me. We doing this shit. No, is everyone in the band on the same page as you guys are on trying to blow this shit up?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, they are. Something was going on.
We had a little mouse come running by, and
there's a mouse in my house.
I'm just kidding. Hey, no, everybody's on the same page.
Okay, good. I want you guys to turn that camera off. Come around in here real quick.
All right.
They're gonna come inside. Let me remove them from this screen right here, and we're gonna say hi to them in my room once they shut that off. There, you shut off, guys. Come on in. There they go. They were in the back room. Come on in here. We're gonna make sure it didn't echo. So here we are. There's Gambit. There's Araya. His name, by the way, is spelled super fucked up. By the way,
he'll pay you if you can spell it correct.
Oh yeah, I will. It's a great pickup line at the club for the ladies.
Guess how to spell my name. Here's my number.
Yeah, it's happened plenty of times.
I don't even know if this is my beer.
I don't know.
Or like one of you guys.
We're sharing beers.
But anyways, hey, I want everyone to check out Murder by Love. Please check them out. They're a great sounding band, and I think they're going to go places. So I appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thank you.
Make sure to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, we have an app on, like I said, Apple and Android. You can download it, www.theloudspot.net. If you want to help us out, $3 a month, it really would. Patreon.com/theloudspot. You guys got a Patreon page?
No.
You guys got a website?
Yeah.
What's your website?
Murderbylove.com.
And you guys got merch?
Yep. We have that merch page. If you go to Bandcamp, and just type in Murder by Love, it'll pull up all of our shirts and everything.
Yep.
There you go. That's all the time we got. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pin post has to pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.